Um, so I just recently came from a trip. I went to Istanbul. Shout out to all my Turkish people. Okay, Turkey, yeah. And here are some tips if you're trying to go to Turkey. Okay, tip number one. Don't get scammed. And if you get scammed, don't get scammed again and again and again, like we did, honey. Okay. So just to let you know, when you go to Istanbul's airport, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The Wi-Fi is not free at all. Okay. And you can't even access it to pay for it because you need to have a Turkish number or something similar, a European number. And yeah, so therefore I suggest you have your eSIM connected before you get there. Okay, have it all connected so you can at least surf the web. Okay, and when you get there, don't exchange money with anybody in the airport. Only get money from ATM. If you want to get Turkish liras, get it from an ATM only, because they will scam you there too, honey. Yes. They'll make you think like, yeah, we're charging you gratuity. There's no gratuity. Hello. And another thing, when you're on the Bosphorus River area or anywhere touristy or anywhere where there's a big population, and it's someone that's trying to help you or talk too much and they're being extra friendly, ignore them. It's okay. Just be rude. Yes. Just tell them no. Wave your hand by. No, no. Don't even talk. Once you have a conversation, it's a wrap. They already caught you in and they're going to beg you to go to their store to buy some things from their store. They're like, and don't tell them you're American if you're American. Okay? Because they thought automatically we were from West Africa or something. We should have just said yes. We were from Niger. Yeah. Ghana, something. But yeah, once they find out you're from New York or you're from American, that's when they're really going to beat you in the head with them prices. So definitely shop around. Make sure you go to different vendors to see what the price is like for whatever item you want. Even if you are at a place where you know you're not going to go there again, make it a point to come back there if after you searched other places, because we had a place that had the obscene prices and then we went somewhere else and got it for way cheaper, or we saw it for way cheaper and was very upset because they actually lied to us. So definitely bargain, definitely shop around, especially if it's a popular item. Don't get it from the first place you see. Just take a mental note, take a picture of the place, and if it's what you wanted, you can always go back there. But definitely don't just settle on one, especially if the price is a little janky and it's a little too high, and like something like this wouldn't cost that much there, right? Next tip on how to survive Turkey, honey. Okay, now these cab drivers, these Uber drivers, some of them, they all drive very reckless, so be careful. Put a seatbelt on if you want. But I'm from New York City, and I will say, though they drive reckless and the traffic is still very gridlocked and way more chaotic than New York, they are very polite with their traffic. So you won't hear people beeping their horns or giving someone the finger or cursing them out. No, they're actually really respectful and they talk to each other nice as they're maneuvering. So it's very weird because they don't put their lights on at all. They're like zigzagging, yeah, it's like Tetris, okay? So just be careful, and be careful of the drivers who try to use the Google Translate to lure you to go to an ATM so that they can have you cancel the Uber ride and pay them cash. Yes, that happened to us too, honey. So yeah, do not do that. Do not hop out the car. Act like you don't know what they're talking about. You don't know English. You don't speak English. You don't know nothing. I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, even with the Google Translate, you don't know. You don't know what you're talking about. Because we had a guy who took the long route on purpose so that he can charge us extra. And then in the middle of that ride, before he even took us to the place, we didn't even get to our destination. He stopped at an ATM and basically begged us to take money out so that we can give to him and then cancel our ride. Why? When we already paid for our ride. So we can have a cancellation fee on top of that. He said, well, I did you guys a favor for actually going this route because it's a scenic route and is less traffic. Nobody told you to do that. You did that on your own accord because you were being sneaky. So therefore, yeah, we got out the ride where we were, and he said he was going to still charge us on Uber and let them know that we owed this amount. And yeah, he did charge us, but we ended up disputing it thanks to Uber. Yeah. Another tip, if you're going to Istanbul, I would say do not use Apple Pay or Cash App. Use your credit cards. I mean, you can put it inside your wallet, like the Cash App, like the Apple Pay wallets. But Apple Pay, as far as disputing stuff, very horrible. Very horrible. They denied my dispute, and I had my excuse for the dispute was normal. Like, they just denied it for dumb reason. They didn't really have a reason, honestly. And it will take longer. Your bank will cut you right away, especially if it's international and they know some fraud going on. They'll dispute that right away and handle it right away. Apple Pay will take a longer time. With Cash App, okay, they also is janky when it comes to disputing stuff. So if it's anything international, and I would just say don't use those. Just put your credit card in the wallet on your Apple Pay wallet, so you can tap. Because I do believe the tap system is great instead of pulling out an actual card. But some places are cash only. Like if you're trying to get street corn or little things from the street, items, you may need cash. So definitely go to an ATM before you go out and take a certain amount of Turkish liras out so you can have that for your cash. And then, make sure you have your credit card in your Apple Pay wallet. But I wouldn't say to go out and about with an actual card. You don't really need to. You have to tap. Most of the places there use a tap system, so you should be good. But there are some exceptions for other places. Like we went to get some fire roasted corn. They didn't take cards. It was strictly cash. So, yeah. Another thing is to watch out for. Another tip, if you are doing Airbnb, make sure that you specify or find out if they have elevators, because we rented a beautiful condo in a neighborhood that was further from the tourist area. It was a nice, beautiful neighborhood. It's called Besiktas. Apparently, it's an astute area. And that area, the place that we was at, they never mentioned that we were going 5 flights up steps, and my friend was pregnant. So yeah, it ended up being like a lot of stairs. So therefore we were just out one day, and then when we came in, we stayed in. Okay, so so that was the good thing with that. But it was great exercise though. There's a lot of hills and stuff where we were too. So just make sure you ask, hey, is there an elevator, or what floor is the actual apartment or condo on? Because they did not specify any of that. However, we did have great customer service from our Airbnb host. Another thing, taking the train and buses. So in Istanbul, there's lots of commuters. It's a very commutable town. There are trains, there are buses, but they are always very packed. It's a really big city. So I recommend just doing Ubers. The Ubers are really cheap. The yellow taxi cab Ubers are the cheapest. And those are the ones with the meters. But I find that they also drive very reckless. And they always have the meter on too. So you can see what the prices are if it, you're delayed or whatever. But yeah, so it's up to your choice what you want to do. If you're trying to keep it budget, do the yellow cab taxi drivers. And report them. If they're driving reckless, report them, please. like we had some people, a couple of people, driving crazy, really, what is going on here? So yeah, those are some tips. Let me see what else we have. Okay. If you're going to, I would recommend, if you want to do some stuff that's not just free will and just roaming around, definitely book Airbnb experiences, because that helped our trip a lot. We got to go on a Bosphorus cruise for a Turkish breakfast, and that was amazing. We got to do a Turkish dinner and go to a show at the theater. It's called the Deverish show experience. and we got a tour of the different like desserts and snack foods in Istanbul. So they actually took us to specific places and we got to try different foods. And then we went to the oldest family restaurant in Istanbul, and we had some like a full spread. And met some amazing people who were also like either they were solo travelers or they were couples just traveling. So that was a great part, to meet other people, especially if you're coming alone. I would say definitely do some Airbnb experiences. We also did a perfume making class. I think we did 3 experiences. The only thing I regret is I didn't get to go to the Turkish Hammam, but you know, there's never too late. I may go again one time, or experience it here in the US. You never know. But definitely try the Airbnb experiences. Now, again, they do have a habit with those experiences telling you, hey, can you cancel? Or that, hey, I canceled your Airbnb experiences. If you just pay me cash, I would get all of the money and I won't have to pay, have the taxes taken out of the money you give me. So they do that a lot because they do not want, they want the full cash, and Airbnb or like Uber takes most of their money. So don't be surprised if they do email you or message you saying, hey, I canceled it, but hey, it's cheaper if you just give me the Turkish liras and pay cash up front. Now, I hate when they do this because they don't let you know that. Like, how do you know if I have cash on me? And you telling me this last minute. So, yeah, so just beware and don't be surprised if that does happen, because that happened to a few of our experiences that we experienced. Like, yeah, they like to cancel and they like their cash. So, yeah, it's a lot of, and the scammers out there are very friendly scammers. So, yeah, don't be surprised if they engage in great conversation, ask you about your family, where you're from, laugh and kiki with you the whole time. They're just scamming you on the way, honey. So that's why I say just, be polite, but also, reject. No, thank you. Goodbye. Headphones in, walk away. Like, you don't got to kiki with them, honestly. The more they talk, the more I know that they're scamming. So it's just being from New York City, you already know. If you're from New York, you already know. The more somebody keeps talking fast and want to keep, no. So definitely keep that in mind. Also, as far as returning gifts back home, you shouldn't have any issues. Definitely just know Istanbul is known for their pistachios, so get all the pistachio treats. They do sell big pistachios by the pound. They're so good. It's a store called Safa. They have all the treats you need to bring gifts back home, especially Turkish delights, anything Dubai chocolates. Definitely get the Dubai chocolate for the Lolo there. We have got a bunch. I wish I would have got more because it's like $20 here. And for a small chocolate bar, Dubai chocolate is like $5. Over there was literally like $2 and change or $1 and change. And it was still really, really good because they're known for their pistachio there. So it was like, okay. So definitely get you some, if you like nuts and you're not allergic. Get all the pistachio treats you can. The baklava, amazing. Definitely, I would say spice. The touristy stuff is going to be more expensive. So like your spice bazaar, your bargain, the spice bazaar. Just know you're going to be paying way more than when you do on the street. That's why I say shop around before you get to those places, because those places are going to be more of a tourist trap, so you can spend a lot more money than you have to. So what we did was went where the residents go, like, where the people went. Wherever there's a line the people go, I know it's good. So we went there to get what we needed, but anyway, those are my tips if you're gonna visit Istanbul. Have fun if you're there. Beware of the and also what I did not like is a lot of people, especially in the airport, were not friendly at all. They just like wave you off and give you a wrong direction, or they dismiss you. But don't fret, you'll find someone friendly, and or at least some fellow American or someone else who can help you find your directions. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think you should be working the airport if you're not helpful or being kind, but that's my opinion. Yeah, so those that was the things, but I did have an amazing time, especially at the mosque, the Blue Mosque, the Hagia Sophia, and all of the monumental places we visited. We met some amazing people, so there wasn't all like crappy experiences or bad experiences. We did it was an equal balance, and I'm happy for the great experiences and happy to learn from the bad ones and to share with you all. And that is all for today with Indie Story Time and Tips. Have a good one.